Today we are joined by the number 4 ranked UFC light heavyweight contender and also a friend of the house. I am talking about Glover Teixeira. Glover, it's a pleasure to have you with us one more time. So welcome again to Somos MMA.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me here.
Well, Glover, tell us, how have you been doing after your fight against Anthony Smith? How's everything going on?
Everything's great, with all the pandemic going after Anthony Smith, the country start opening up over here, in Connecticut, we open our gym back on, and we're trying to, to just run in that gym, man, with the mask and everything, social distance. It's kind of like a little difficult, a little weird for me, but we're grinding, we keep going, and we're just gonna get over this soon, man.
Oh, okay. And well, talking about your last fight, Glover, it was a great performance, and a lot of people got surprised after you got the win against Anthony Smith. Did you feel underestimated before that fight?
Man, you coming to this age right now. Everybody gonna do it. Gonna underestimated this fight, But like, it is what it is, man. I just gotta keep proving them wrong, and keep pushing myself and keep fighting, great like I did it last time.
So, there was a lot of controversy on the Anthony Smith fight because a lot of, us as spectators, we were watching the fight and like, do you think that the corner of Anthony Smith should have stopped the fight before you finish him? Or what do you think about that? What do you felt on that stage of the fight?
It's hard to say, man. When I was fighting, I was just focused on the fight and focus and put him out. And for a moment there, I thought the ref was gonna stop him when I knocked him down with the hook. uh, but it's a hard to when you were there fighting. It's hard to say. When I watch a fight later on, I thought that he could stop it earlier, so it take less damage from the fighter because he was not. I think in the fourth round, he was not really throwing anything dangerous anymore. He was just defending himself. So the referee could see there, could maybe stop it, but it is what it is. When in the fight, I was just focused on finish him, and I'm not even thinking about like this ref ever gonna stop this fight. I was just focused on finishing.
And
And well, Glover, I think that I remember that in the middle of the fight, you said to Anthony, I'm sorry, is what I have to do, and he said, yeah, man, I understand, it's our work. Could you talk with Anthony after what happened in the fight?
Afterwards, you mean like did I
Yes,
talk to him?
after the fight, did you had the chance to talk with him about all what happened?
No, no, not really. I sent him a message later on in Instagram, but like I couldn't see him. He went straight to the hospital, and I didn't get to talk to him. But Anthony's, is a great guy, man. I see him, Anthony, all the time. We got a good relationship, and like he say, it is what it is. That's what he
Yeah.
say. When I apologize because he broke his tooth, it's a tough thing, especially with a guy like Anthony Smith. He's very likable guy, he's very a nice guy. So, and he say it is what it is.
and you say that the referee should have stopped the fight, which we obviously agree. But what about the corner? Should the corner step on the fight when their fighter is getting beaten like that? Like, do you think that the corner should do that more often, or do you think that is something that only the fighter can decide?
You know, it's hard to say because I'm also corner some of my guys, and it's a tough situation, man, because it depends on the relationship the fight I have with the corner. I know that like if it probably happened in my situation, my corner probably would throw the towel. But Anthony already say after the fight that he talked with his corner and he say nobody throw the towel ever. We there to fight, and it really is, man. Reality is that's why the referee is there to avoid those kind of things. The referee in UFC, those biggest event, the referees are very good. All of them. Some of them, of course, are better than others, but the referee are very good. They have a good knowledge about fighting, about the fight, but mistakes are made, man. It's hard to see when you in there with the pressure or the fight, you kind of like, hey man, should I stop this fight or not? I don't want to blame the ref or the corner, man. It's a tough decision to make.
Mhm.
Sure. Well, Glover, let's talk about your next fight, right? September the 12th against Thiago Santos. How are you preparing for this fight?
Very good, man. Very good. Alex Poatan, he's like he's over here right now. He trained with us. Caio Magalhães, Fanelli Jr. He's one of the Olympic boxer, and I have my friend Rafael. We got a good team going. We got a lot of I say heavyweights, because they're all bigger guys like over 200 pounds. We call heavyweights at the gym because that's the heavyweight training. And we have a good group of heavyweights right now training with me of here in Connecticut, and I feel really good about the fight.
Well, you just mentioned Alex Poatan Pereira is there training with you. I saw a video on his Instagram that you gave him your gloves from your fight against Ryan Bader. How do you see Poatan Pereira in mixed martial arts? Do you think that he might be fighting anytime soon in mixed martial arts?
Yes, yes, I think he's focused on that. I think a little bit. He wanted to do it. He's you can't say much about him striking. He's the best in the world. Uh, but like his ground and the wrestling, he's been working on a lot. And man, the guy have like a champion mentality, and I believe that he's gonna be making some noise very, very soon, and the big shows, UFC, whatever. But like, I think he's gonna go for UFC, and it's funny, I give him the gloves because I have all those gloves for my fights. I put them away, and I give it a special occasion. I give it to people here and there, and for him, I saw him train with the bigger gloves, and I say, hey man, today's jiu-jitsu. We train with the little gloves, UFC gloves, to get more the knowledge. We just do ground. So I just give him that gloves, and he's like, oh man, I'm so happy for these gloves. And
Yeah, sure.
it's funny because I knock out Ryan Bader with the left hook too.
With
So
the left hook, right?
that's his favorite punch. That's one of his most knockouts. So he's pretty happy.
And Thiago Santos is a very tough guy. He's a very tough competitor. So how do you imagine this fight? It will be a brawl. It will be some fight with a distance. What can you tell us about that?
You know, I'm gonna push forward. I'm gonna go in there and grind this guy. I gotta be careful with the shots. He's a very powerful guy.
Mhm.
But the key is to be smart and avoid the hits and grind him, man. If I opportunity come, take him to the ground, and eventually, one of those hands is gonna come in and take him out of the fight. Just like a Anthony Smith fight. I feel like it's gonna be a lot of look like the Anthony Smith fight.
Yeah.
And see, some interesting factor about this is that your fight with Anthony Smith was in Florida in the regular octagon size, right? So in the apex, the octagon is very small and it tends to make the fights to become a brawl, like to make those exchanges more often. So do you think that is an advantage for you, the size of the apex octagon, or it's just the same?
I think it is advantage for me. You see guys like that I lost in the past, like Gustafsson. He moved around too much and running an octagon. It's hard for me to cut the corner and stuff. A fight is a fight. Also, Thiago Santos is a very good, you know, um, a striker. He works good in the short distance, but I believe I like the small octagon. Yeah.
Mhm.
And Glover, what about the fact that his last fight was, I think, more than a year ago? His last fight was against John Jones, and well, you in that aspect you have like the advantage of being active. Do you think that this is going to be a factor on the fight?
Yes and no. I mean, I take a year off before, but I keep active, I keep focused, and then when I come back to fight, I had a good fight, I had a better fight. So it's up to him, like how he take that year off. If he take
Yeah.
that year off too much and come back for the camp, he's gonna feel it. But it's all like we experienced fighter. I think it affects a lot. Like maybe for young fighters, they have only few fights, 3, 4 fights, and take a year off and make a difference. But when you come to that point uh, of knowledge, it doesn't make too much of a factor. But like I like to believe so that I'm more active and I'm more in a strict, of fighting every time. That's gonna be my advantage.
Glover, do you know each other? I mean, Marreta and you. Have you ever met before?
Yes, you met a couple times, of course. We talk, and a very nice guy. But we not, it's nothing like we're friend or anything. It's just like so as a fight game. In a fight, you respect the guy, and but it was not never like we hang out or drink a beer together, anything like that.
Yeah.
And do you feel it's different to fight another Brazilian like someone from your country that fighting, I don't know, an American, a Canadian, or whatever? It's a different kind of feeling.
Yes, because of the crowd. You kind of like you want the crowd for yourself. You want the Brazilians to be your side, but this one is gonna be split. Um, but not really, man. This is a sport for me. I think we go over there, especially at this situation. I kind of feel I didn't like to fight Brazilians back then when I was fighting out of UFC because people was dreaming to be in UFC and to make something happen with their life. And you kind of go over there, you're beating the guy, and you kind of like you set him back a little bit, you
Yeah.
know. But right now we are in UFC, and it's a sport. We just go over there, and the better man wins.
Hmm. And one thing that we I wanted to ask you is that what is your take now on the lightweight division with Jones vacating the title and going away? Apparently, to he will jump to the heavyweight division, but he say that often. So, but what do you think now about your division now that he's gone?
As exciting as always, man. I'm looking forward to fight for the belt. And as he's gone right now, it give us a better window. As a winner this fight, I'm pretty sure 100% sure that a winner this fight, I'm fighting for the title next. That's the fact that because he's going and he's gonna fight in the heavyweight.
And well, and about well the light heavyweight division and the fight, the next title fight between Dominic Reyes and Jan Blachowicz. How do you see that fight, and which is your analysis on a possible rival? Because as you have said it just before, the winner of your fight against Marreta, it seems that is going to fight against the winner between Reyes and Blachowicz. How do you see that fight?
I believe it's going to be a tough fight. Blachowicz has been fighting very well lately, and but I think if I had to put my money on, I put in Dominic Reyes.
And I have one more question for you. That what do you think about all these lightweights going to the heavyweight division? Because OSP went and then he was defeated. It was a close fight. Then Gustafsson came back from retirement. He fought Verdum and he lost. Like Verdum just over wrestled him. Like he just submitted. And now Jones is like he want to go to have this super fight with Stipe. And what do you think about that? Would you do something similar? Like, would you say that, well, I'm trying to go to heavyweight just to see what happens? Or no, it's something that you will not do?
Man, who knows in the future? Right now, I'm focused on light heavyweight division. I'm doing really good on it. My weight is good. I thought about it in the past because I had a hard time cutting weight, but after I focused myself on stay lighter and moving better, I just feel good on the light heavyweight. But who knows, man? Future, is for us to see. Let's see what's happening. But it's a possibility. Yes, I would like to maybe have a fight and try it out someday.
Well, but by now we have a Glover Teixeira in the light heavyweight division for a lot of time more, right?
Yeah, man. I'm fighting for the light heavyweight division, and I'm looking to fight for the belt, and I look to be a champion.
Gracias por visitar Somos MMA en YouTube. No olvides suscribirte a nuestro canal y activar las notificaciones para seguir disfrutando de nuestro contenido.